Good morning, everyone. This is Vinod from Myself Academy and your YouTube channel Excel Snippet. In today's class, we have a topic called printing in Excel, and we are going to see how to work around with page layout to make a better printout in Excel. And we have a couple of class more to complete our printing of Excel, and we are going to complete our Excel beginner series 1.2. So in today's session, we are going to see how to work around with a page layout options. I think I have a few sheets here, but again, let me take up some raw data that I've built earlier so that I can print them nicely. I think that I can even print this option if I wanted to. Let me take a new data into our list so that I can work around with the printing options better. So as we already have a few data to our list, so I'm going to just take up our raw data into consideration and take this data for our printing options. So when I want to print a data in Excel, now you can see that many people want to do a lot of things or a lot of data in a single sheet. So when you take a printout, normally when you go into an Excel, your sheet will be in landscape mode than in portrait mode. In a very rare scenario where you will get a portrait mode print like this. So let's see what are the basic things that we need to remember when we want to work with the printout. So let's adjust the data accordingly. So I'm going to select the whole data. I'm going to press Alt O C A to adjust the column according to the data width so that the data are exactly adjusted according to it. So now I go back to my page layout, and in the page layout option, we are keen to talk about only two logics here. One is the page setup, another one is called scale to fit. So now if I go and print this option or print this page, I can print it. So you can see I have one more line in the bottom part. We call this as quick access toolbar or QAT in short. So here I have a shortcut which gives you a preview of a print. When I click this, it shows only until customer. But wherein I have a data which is beyond customer, so I have a data of product, COGS and sales comes into play. So if it is one column to be added to a list, probably I might work around with the data with these. And if I have way too much of data to cover here, that will be tough for me to do it. So I'm going to just hide few data here so that I'll try to bring them all in one sheet. So now my data are coming to the list here. So now I can add these two columns to my data. To add these two columns to my data, I'm going to use the scale to fit option, and I'm going to just reduce this to 90%. So 90% is what the best possible way, but again, unfortunately, my data are a little bigger than normal, so I've scaled it down to 85% of data. So now when I go to my preview, you can see all the data are covered. But for the readability point, it will be a little tough for us to play around, but again, still we can take a printout in this dimension. So now I'm not changing any of my margin or orientation as such. I just kept whatever the default option that we have in our page layout. I just used only one option here. That is, I've reduced the scale factor to 85% and hidden two of the data, which is continuously same. So I'm just having only one country and one state, and I don't see multiple state coming up here, so I don't need those two components. So I just removed it and showed you a default part. But even you want that logic to be added, probably 85% may not be enough for us. So I have to come back to our 100% again, and I'll check the margin. The margin is normal, that's fine. That's the way it's most of the time it will be. If it is a fair printout, it's not a draft printout, then I will always use a normal option. If it's a draft printout, probably I'll change that to a narrow so that probably I can cover more data. And when I reduce this to 90%, probably I might get what I want. Sorry, I didn't get that. Still, I didn't get that. But again, on 80%, I'm getting it. But again, people who are having a difficulty in reading smaller fonts, may not like this option, so it's better to keep the data or scale factor to 100 and change our orientation. Let's go back to the orientation and change it to a landscape. So now I have more data to do it. Even if I had two more lines, I'm going to add a profit to my column and then profit percentage. When I give equals sales minus my purchase, and we could send it down, and then equals profit divided by my sales, and then we can send it down. And you can see that almost all my data are covered. So I'm going to change the profit percentage, like the formatting. I can either use this, which will not give you the decimal portion, or I can use the inset percentage, which allows me to get the decimal portions too. So now I got all my list. So let me just format them in one dimension. So select the whole list, go to your all border. If you want to make it thicker, so you can add even a thick border to the outside of the data. So now my data are done perfectly. So let me just add one all border and then I'll leave it as this. Then now I can see that I can get the outside borders also. So all borders one more time and outside borders another time. So now I got my list all coming up, but again I still have difficulty even in a landscape mode. When I go to my preview, you can see that it's in landscape mode. I am not getting my profit percentage. That's fine. So now I can reduce the scale factor to 95% or maybe 90. In 95% itself, I can accommodate. So if it is coming to you in this way, and you can happily take that. Now my data can be printed out in all my sheets. But when I go down, you can see that the first header has a heading here. When I go down to the next part, my headings are gone. What I need is I need the headers to come in all my page. So how do I do that in Excel? So to add this line to the entire sheet, when I take a printout, this should be my first line. Then what I'll do is I will use print title. Then I'm going to say in the print title page setup screen, I'll come down to my sheets, row to repeat at top, and I'm going to click this, and then I'm going to select the first line. So this allows me to add this first line to every line possible. Now when I go to my preview and when I scroll down to the pages, you can see that the next pages all have the data coming up, and it goes until the last page. And you can see that it's giving you all the pages that we are looking forward for. The next logic that generally we do is we play around with the size. Most of the time we use A4 as the logic because most of the papers are used by us are A4. So we are about to see how to work with an A4 option in our list. So now I got the A4 option in here. I got the list in this point, and now I got the page sizes as it is. And if you are using a different page size, maybe you are taking a printout in an A3 size, you can definitely add that to your list. And again, A3 is not a widely used option. So when you use an A3 option, probably your preview will become far better because you have a largest sheet. So you can keep your scale of factor as 100 itself. Even this might work even if our orientation changes to portrait. Hopefully, so let me see whether when I change it to portrait, does it shows everything? Yeah, it shows almost all of them. So now I can just adjust this one down. You can see that in a A3 size paper with a portrait orientation, I can still print the entire column of data here and see what's happening in the list. You can still take the printout, and again I can adjust this data a little bit because I think the other last final two columns are not adjusted according to the headers. So now I can see that I have one more column can be added to my list. Let me just make it 100. Yeah, now it's still 100 with the portrait option activated, but the size of the page is changed to A3. Not all our printers pull a A3 printout betterly because the printer that we use at home will be a very small printer, and which the motor size will not be able to pull an A3 size on a regular basis. Probably in an instant initial process, probably my A3 paper can be taken print out very easily, but as you go forward, the life of the printer might come down a bit. If you're using a bigger office printouts, probably A3 is a size. Again, the readability will be a challenge for us. So when you're working with an A3 paper, take more than one time thought process of what to do and how to do, and once you're very sure about it, then you can play around with it. Now I've switched back to our A4 paper, and I made this as a A4 size paper, and the orientation changed it to landscape and made the scale to 100%. Now we have one more option. I can set up a print area here. I can give a break in a page. So when you want to set up a print area to your list, you can probably set something else. So for example, I want the first 10 bills alone to be printed. Then I can select that alone and set a print area. Remember, print area is a very cumbersome part, because once your data structures or once your basic idea of printouts are done, don't keep that option active. So immediately go and clear the print area so that the data will come back to its normal position again. If not, whenever you take a printout, whatever you have selected as a print area, only that will be printed. And now we can see that the first page ends on the 32nd line here, according to the bill number. I can make it 30 here, rounded to. So I'm going to select this point. I can add a break here, insert a break page. And when I go down to my preview, you can see automatically now it gives only 30 pages or 30 lines for the first page. The rest of the page will become normal for us, and we will get that 32 line items on each and every page, and so on. So this is how the data works for us. So when you take a printout, keep remembering that your margin has to be normal. So now I made a custom margin here, so I'm going to just make it as normal again. And you can set the print page area. Most of the time when we take a printout in Excel, we will do orientations as landscape. Size is A4, print area if required, do it, break if it required, do it, and print title will allow you to do the rest. Now if there is no lines, or I didn't add any grid lines for myself. So for example, I didn't add any of them. I've just removed all the borders here. So now you can see the data doesn't have any border. But when you take a printout, it will look really very odd, because you cannot figure out which line starts and which line ends where. So if you don't want to use the borders, instead you want to take a printout with the grid lines in it, you can also always do that. So go back to your page layout, go to a print title, and use grid lines. When I give an OK, only when you take a print now in the line items, so you can see you may not be able to see anything here. When you go to your printout, you can see them very nicely. So let me just add this to all the data, and then just come back to my print title, grids, preview. Yeah, it shows the list here, and again, probably it's not showing me as clearly as I wish to see it. So let me just close and save this once and reopen it, so that my data might show what I'm actually looking at as. Sometimes the refresh part will take a little more time for you to get effect into the Excel. So now I got my list, and now I'm going to go back to my print preview. Okay, probably here it's not showing me. So generally it will show our grid lines here. So grid lines will be like this. Okay, I'll do it one more time. So let me just take out the entire data out of the list, and then go back to my preview and come back to my page layout and print title. Unfortunately, I couldn't be able to see it. Let me take one more data. So, and then try to do what I can do best out of it. So let me take the last page layout that I've created in our list, and then see whether it shows the data for us. Let me take one more. taking a larger data. Again, it's a tabled data that I have here. It's going to be a bigger data that I have. So in this data, I will try to add a grid lines here. So I think that I have a Power Pivot option available. So I don't want this. Let me open another file which allows us to get what we want. Yeah, here we go. So now I have a line here, or I think that I can see a sheet here. Yes, here it is. So let me just remove the whole border out of the list. Then come back to our page layout, print title, add a grid lines, give it OK. And when I go to the preview, you can see the grid lines are coming up here again. Still have some issues in this point. It's not showing me the data as beautifully as it is, but it shows the grid lines only for the first line. So you can add a grid lines for your list if you have so. If you are not interested in adding a grid lines, you can keep your all borders intact. So when you go to the preview, you can see all borders are coming up all the way around. This is how we will use our page layout for printing data in Excel. And so with this, we are coming to an end in our list of learning, and we have one more Excel classes to continue, and that class is going to be on the basics of how to work with Power Query and Power Pivot. I will add that too. That will be our last video on our Excel beginner series 1.0. In today's class, we saw how to work around with page layout. Hope you enjoy the video. Keep learning, and this is how you print a data in Excel. This is Vinod signing out from myself Academy and Excel Snippet, your YouTube channel. Keep learning, keep updating, subscribe my channel and get the updated as usually as you're getting on a regular basis. From this particular month on, or from the video, or from this weekend, every weekend we will be dealing with Excel classes. We'll have 2 days of Excel videos, and I'll try to add as many videos as possible. I'm planning to cover 6 formulas or 12 formulas in a singular weekend, and so that I can work around with all my other YouTube channels too. Do subscribe it, do share it with everybody. Thank you so much.